Hi, Sparta Nation. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Happy live Q&A. I'm a little bit late, but I think that's okay. As you come on, tag your teammates. You know the drill. Tag your people. Tag your teammates as you come on. I'm a little bit late. I apologize for that. I'll tell you why in just a moment. And we'll dive in. So this is a Q&A. So the way a Q&A works, this is not a JV comes on to teach or preach or talk or rah-rah or do any of that. This is a Q&A. So the way Q&A is going to work is if you have Q's so that maybe I can offer some A's. I'm just going to leave my computer right there. I'm not going to mess with it. I've got, let me just move it a little bit closer. I'm always messing with it, but I chose to do it this way. Facebook Live, because you could ask questions right out of the gate, and I'm live in the team page, so it'll stay here. And I wanted to offer more opportunities for Q&A. So Sunday Night Strategy, it's one of my favorites, where we really get dialed in on a clear path for the week ahead. And then, of course, we have Slay Squad on Mondays, and we've got Team Cup tips on Tuesdays. I do power hours on Fridays, and sometimes we do masterminds on Saturdays after Turbo Saturday, and we've discussed bringing back one-on-ones, etc., in ways that work for both of us. And as I was thinking about that, I thought this feels like a good way also to stay super connected and yet also protect my energy, for lack of a better term, because something like 2020, where I was live in here every day for like 6 months, every single day, was amazing. I felt very connected to you, but there also comes a time where A, you are super over me. Like, first and foremost, you're super over me, and B, I'm depleting a little bit of the energy that is so necessary to help mentor you to your best self, because that's really my passion. So for this to work, for a Q&A to work, number one, you've got to tag your teammates. If you are in Facebook, message pods, whatever, you got to let them know that we're live so they come in. And then, so that's 1, 2, and then number 3, you've got to have questions. So as you're tagging your teammates and you're putting the live in message pods so other people come on and join us as well, you've got to have questions for me to be able to offer some thoughts on. Otherwise, it's just me on here talking. And that's not nearly as much fun as being able to answer some questions that you might have. So I'm going to give you a moment to tag your teammates and put your questions in here, and we'll keep them coming. And I'm going to tell you why I was late in just a minute, and I got to check on something. So hold, please. Let's go find her. Let's make sure that she's not up chewing Jesse's shoe. Oh, she's right there. All right. Okay, so yesterday, this is Wednesday, right? So Monday's the big, mindset mentorship day. And we did like 90 minutes with Brad, and then I turned around, literally Brad and I texted each other like, give us a minute, and then made myself a bevy, came back in, and I was 90 minutes again with Brad. So Monday was, super intense day. And towards the end of my session with Brad, I could hear some noises, and those noises were Sawyer chewing on first Jesse's shoes, and then secondly the couch. So now I'm like, I was like, where's Sawyer and what's happening? And just now I'm a little bit after 12:30 because I have been on Zoom with our dear friend, creator of Barbland, Elise, and we started at 11 and we did not get done talking till 12:45, and I put Sawyer and Winnie outside for the entire time. I'm like, I don't care if it's cold. You guys go outside. I'm filming a podcast. So hence why I'm a little bit late, because she and I we had so much to talk about. So that podcast episode should be out next week. Should be out next Wednesday. Y'all are going to love it. It's so good. She's so good. So it's a great, we were aiming for 30. I should have known that it was the two of us got on any kind of anything. It was going to be longer than 30 minutes. So, I mean, she's got book suggestions. She has so many quotes. Oh my gosh, it was just so good. So you're going to love that episode next week, but that's why I'm a little bit late. So here I am, and I thought, okay, 30 minutes in here. Let's do a Q&A. Let's throw down some questions that you have. And I mean really about anything. I am here to serve and help you. And nothing exists in a vacuum. Nothing exists in a vacuum. And I also want you to know, it's always interesting to me when I come into my own team page and no one asks any questions. And then I go do a live in someone else's team page and it's like question. I'm like, wow. Okay, I love serving other coaches, but the coaches I love serving the most are you. You, Sparta Nation, you are my tribe. So ask your questions, put stuff in the chat so that I can best serve you, help you, do anything I can. I got 13 years of coaching experience, 20 years of fitness experience, just kind of sitting here, rambling around in my head, ready to share with you. Okay, so I'm going to look back through. I think Sarah do I personally use a power hour tracker? Is it something other than the Beachbody Success Club tracker? Sarah, I have been building this business now for 13 years. I don't use a power hour tracker because it's like brushing my teeth to me, what I need to do. What I use is like a habit tracker of sorts. And actually, it's funny that you asked that because I'm working on something that would be printable and laminatable for all of you. But I know I've been through so many iterations of the game plan and Super Saturdays and Power Hour trackers and Success Club trackers and the game plan track, like blah, blah. I've been through so many iterations of it. And in fact, if I dig really hard, like I keep everything. So I have notes and trackers from like 10 years ago. Of course I do, because I'm a hoarder. So I don't use something really physical right now. But I have so many, if you see me in the morning, I have so many planners and trackers because what works for me is a vision board. Hold on. What also works for me is, hold please, is we just did this. I made this for my Team Cup team, so I love this. But this is most of this stuff I do automatically, so I don't need a tracker to this. So this is, but super helpful for new coaches. But I also have this. Now you think, well, gosh, why does she have the Diamonds to Disney thing? Didn't she create that? Yes, I did. But this reminds me of my goal to take the most coaches ever to Disneyland. So I kind of like there are different pieces that I use to track, if you will. And other coaches will give you other answers, and that's okay. Someone like Moira, top coach, she tracks so super black and white. I was a high school English teacher. I'm about the big picture. I'm about how you feel. I'm about mindset. I believe if you get your mindset and your work ethic in alignment, you're going to build this business. But I think that the Success Club tracker is 100% necessary for new coaches. I'm not a new coach. So I can look at that to be reminded of stuff that I need to do to make sure I'm not falling off track, just like you would use the portion fix containers every once in a while to make sure you're not falling off track. But I don't need to look at it every day to know what I need to do to build this business. I hope that answers your question. What is your usual response when someone tells you they can't afford a challenge pack? Sarah, I don't get that anymore. And I don't say that lightly. And, Brad Bizjack uses this kind of phrase, and I love this phrase. I don't say that to impress you. I say this to impress upon you that I just don't get that anymore because my messaging is such that you're going to have to invest in yourself to be in this. So I don't get that question. I don't get that response about finances anymore. And if I do, they're probably just not my person. And that's okay. They're not my person. I did have a girl tell me that she was flat broke, earlier this week. I'm like, I've been there. But she's not my person for where I am in the business right now, and that's okay. It's okay. I feel for her. I would love to help her build a business so she doesn't feel like she's flat broke. But if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then you're not willing to build a business. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's what I have found. Oh, the vision journal that I have from Erin Condren. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, Kim, your comments says see more, and on I can't for some reason see more. I'm pressing it and I can't. So is your question best suggestion for successful follow-ups? Is that your question? And if it is, put that in the comments. That's your question. Best suggestion for successful follow-ups. Is that your question? So while you're putting that, I'm just going to go to Jen's question while you're writing that. When you're in new conversations or inviting, are you invited to your challenge group, coaching, or both? Both. I'm inviting to both. However, I have made an intentional shift to inviting only to coaching now. So let me tell you about this story. I don't have the book with me, but let me tell you about this story. If you've read the book Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, you know this chapter. There came a point in Matthew McConaughey's career where he had done rom-coms for so many years that he didn't even have to prepare for them anymore. He could just almost sort of just show up and he dialed in his guy. He just knew it, his guy. And he got paid a lot of money for these rom-coms. And something, because we all grow and evolve as humans. Why would celebrities or actors or whatever be any different? Somewhere along the line, he decided, well, I want more than this. I don't want to just do rom-coms that aren't challenging me anymore. I want more than this. And he made the very intentional decision that he wanted heavier, meatier, grittier roles. And he had a conversation with his wife and his family and said, this is where I'm going to go. Wife's on board. And he said, and in going down this path, there could be some dry period because everyone knows me for the rom-com. So there could be some dry period here because I'm ready for meatier, grittier roles. Everyone's on board with it. 2 years. 2 years he went without doing a movie. And it was like Hollywood terms, in Hollywood time, because Hollywood time's a different time than actual reality time. It was like everyone forgot him. And then came Dallas Buyers Club. And he won an Oscar. When you make an intentional shift, there can be a moment in time where people are like, whoa, I knew you for this. What are we doing over here? And that's really where I feel that I am, both in how I'm messaging to people and who I'm looking for as a coach. Because I am so passionate on a deep cellular level about fitness. It's not just what I do, it really is who I am. It's very easy for me to talk about fitness. It's very easy for me to talk to people about coming on and joining my challenge group. That's very, very easy for me to do because I love fitness so much. That, for me, no longer fills my cup. I want to work with women who have big dreams. I want to build big lives. And I have made that intentional decision and that shift in my messaging and in who I'm looking for. I love every coach who comes on our team looking for something a little bit greater than where they are right now. Because it's okay to be good with where you are and still want more. That's where you should be as a human. That's where you should be as a human. As Jay-Z says, when someone tells you that you've changed, your response better be, you haven't. I'm glad I have. You haven't. So that's kind of we should grow and evolve. And as Matthew McConaughey talks about in his book, he grew and evolved from wanting rom-coms to heavier, meatier, grittier stuff. And when he made that very intentional decision and he waited it out and he stuck true to his purpose, he stuck true to what he knew he was supposed to be doing with his life, along came Dallas Buyers Club and along came an Oscar. And that's what I have done. 2020 was a year of great clarity for me, as I've shared with you many times. And I have made a very intentional shift from just talking about fitness to I am building a freaking business. And I'm helping women build a business that changes their lives and the lives of others. And you can come on, and maybe you don't want to build a big business for you. Let's build a big business to help someone else. Let's build big businesses, because when we build big businesses, we can create big change. And there's not one human on this planet, there's not one female on this team who doesn't have in their heart somewhere something that they'd like to have different, see different in their life and in the life of the world, the global citizenry life that we lead. So you might come on and go, well, I don't need a lot of money. My spouse makes a lot of money. Well, that's crap. And B, cool, let's still build a big business so that you can change other lives. I want to work with women who want to build big businesses. So I have made that shift in my messaging. Okay, what does that mean for me right now? That means that people know me for fitness. I'm still talking about fitness. I'm still working out every single day. I'm still teaching turbo. Maybe not quite as much, but I'm still doing that. And fitness is transformative. It just is. But it's kind of like when Shaun T transformed from just insanity into dance, and then into speaking, and then doing live events. It was a little bit like, wait, whoa, I know you for insanity. Well, guess what? I also dance, and I also do live events, and I also talk about food, and I also talk about relationships, and I do a podcast. And there's a little bit of a, whoa, what? And he's built it over time. And that's where I am. I'm in I don't want to do rom-coms anymore. I want to win a freaking Oscar. And that means there's going to be a little bit of lag time between what people know me for and what I'm looking for. Because if 2020 taught me nothing, it taught me this. I am so clear on where I want to align my energy and who I want to align it with. And that's women who want to build big businesses. And I'm not dragging people along. I'm not pulling people along. And I'm going to love you wherever you are when you come into this business. I want you to come into this team and get whatever you need. But I can 100% guarantee you that my energy is going to go to the women who want to build big businesses and who are showing up every single day to that show that, that demonstrate that are showing up. I want to hang out with women who are showing up, who are getting better, who are growing, who are evolving. So I don't even remember what the question was, but Jen, does that answer your question in some way, shape, or form? That I'm done with the rom-coms. And I'm moving on to the Oscars. So I'm talking more about business. That was your question. I'm talking more about business. If someone wants to come on just as a customer, of course I welcome them. But I'm going to talk to them about this business, because this is where the real life change happens. You can be in my challenge group. Awesome. Or you could be in there and in the team page and get this incredible mindset mentoring and get this goal setting with Judy Holler and get to hear about a podcast with Elise and get to, benefit from all the other cool stuff that I've got lined up my sleeve for us. Why would you not do both? And then as you're doing both, why not build a business that changes lives? So that's kind of where I am. And where you are, where each coach is in their business will be different, because it's each coach's individual business and journey. And you might be like, well, I'm just only talking about fitness. I don't really care about a business. That's totally cool. That's amazing. That's your business. Your business that you get to choose to run however you want, with whatever team culture you want. I just know where I am this many years into the business, and what I see is the greatest potential for this team, for individual coaches, for myself to stay energized and excited and inspired. And that's where Matthew McConaughey was. Like, for him to stay energized and excited and inspired in doing his craft, he had to make a pivot. Well, there's no better year to make a pivot than in 2020. So I too am seeing a green light and making a pivot. And we're talking about the business. And I'm sure you've heard me talk about, dreams and goals and visions more. That's always been in my head. I just always haven't had the courage to lead with it. It's time to have the courage to lead with it. So that was a long answer to your question. What else? Kim. Wait, Kim, tell me again what your question was. How do I follow up? I just follow up. I just follow up. It's funny, on our team cup team, they're like, did you follow up today? I'm like, yeah, kinda. I kind of follow up, but remember, I've been in the business 13 years. People come to me, and I follow up, and then they fill out forms. I do a Google form, and then I follow up on that form. So I follow up via a form. Truth be told, I wish I could, when I press see more, I don't get to see more. Talking, inviting away challenge groups and hoping challenge, I want to pay it forward is. And then it just stops. Jen, type the rest of it for me separately. Truth be told, just copy and paste it. Talking and inviting away challenge groups and hoping challenge, I want to pay it forward is. And then I can't see more. It won't expand for me. Do you find it's more difficult when coaches join initially as a coach rather than come on? No, I don't find it's more difficult. Honestly, I think if they're the right person, they're the right person. I think you can say the wrong thing to the right person and they're ready to go. You can say the perfect textbook script, whatever the heck that is, to the wrong person and they don't care. So no, I don't find it's more difficult when they join initially as coaches. The light bulb will turn on for them when the light bulb is going to turn on for them. And I'd rather get them in this team page with this energy and this momentum and this potential and for them to see the potential than not. This is where the potential happens for me. Not in bod groups. I love bod groups and I love watching people start their journey. I love watching the light bulb goes on. But in this team page, this is where the real ish happens. This is where the life change happens. So I want people in this team page so they start to see the potential that's in the business. That's how it happened for me. I got around other people who were starting to have something happen in their business. And I'm like, oh, this is bigger than just Nikes. Oh, well, you got to get in rooms where that's happening. You got to get in rooms where that conversation is happening. So I want them in this team page so they can see what conversations are happening. I want them to see Allie speak to us last night. I want them to see Holly Hillier, the number 2 coach in the entire company, speak. I want them to see Micah talk, triple superstar diamond coach. I want them to see these incredible women talking. I want them to see the goal setting we did with Judy Holler and that's just sort of a natural part of what we do. I want them to see the mindset stuff we do with Brad. I want them to see him coming in and asking you questions. And I want them to see this Q&A. And if they're just in my challenge group, they don't get any of that. This is where the life change happens. So I want coaches over customers because I want them in this team page where they start to see the potential. Karen, are you sending your new coaches straight to Sparta School to onboard? Have you? I am doing Sparta School right now, but I'm also reworking that a little bit. So, as a matter of fact, after this Q&A, I have a meeting with, I don't even know what to call Sarah, my awesome partner, my awesome teammate. She helps me with my website. She helps me with my blog. She helps me with my emails. She's so spiritually aligned. She helps me with my mindset. She's not an assistant. She's my person. And we have a meeting after this where we talk about, okay, what is next? And I've got this list of things. I've got a free community I want to do. And I've got, streamlining Coach 411, and I've got Carl's email, and I've just got so much stuff in my head. And so I got to bounce it off someone. I'm a talker out louder kind of person to figure it out. And so right now I'm sending people to Sparta School and I'm telling them to get to the stuff that's in the Coach Online office. That could change. The onboarding system always changes. And again, I will tell you over and over and over again, the coaches who want to do something with this business will figure it out. They will figure it out. Yeah. Jen, if it's me, just lead with the business. That's the shift that I made. You got it. But for whatever reason, I don't know why this is, but it's been the same for 13 years. It's the same on every single team, every single coach. I got an email about it today from a brand new coach. I'm just so terrified to start this business. What are we so scared about? That we're going to change our lives? I can't figure it out. And at the same time, I'm telling you that I haven't always led with the business myself. And I think that's because I doubt my ability to lead a team of women with a business mindset. Well, how am I going to do that unless I start doing it? How am I going to lead a turbo kick class? By doing it. How am I going to lead a class on Zoom? By doing it. So how am I going to lead a team of business-minded women who want to build big freaking businesses that change lives? By doing it. And every single time I do something like that, I have to level up and get better. Because you deserve that. I have to level up and get better. So that means I have to grow. So that's a good thing. So now it's like this whole positive ripple effect that I've got to level up and get better. And also, if I might add, women, we make everything much harder than it has to be. So the fact that I get in my head about, well, gosh, can I lead a team of women if I've led with the business and they're expecting to grow a big business? Yeah, because I've done it. So let's just break it down to the fundamental activities. Because I've told you from the get-go, I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm not the most creative. I don't come up with amazing ideas. I don't know how to make graphics, whatever. But somehow, some way, I've managed to build a business that's changed my family's lives. So why don't I stop overcomplicating what I've done and just attract the women that I want to work with, the women that are the go-getters, the doers, the figure-it-outers, because we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. I figured it out. I'm not the only woman on the planet who can figure it out. I don't need to have all the answers. I just need to align myself with the energy that I want to attract, and we'll figure it out together. So the only reason why I haven't led with the business in the past is because I had limiting beliefs around doing that. Okay, well, we're done with that now. So let's just all move on from that and just start talking about the business. Because 100%, the business is what's changed your life. 100%. The fitness, I don't have to tell you where the fitness is for my heart. Like, it is who I am. But the workout didn't change my life. Connecting other women to the workout and helping them transform their lives, that's what built a business that's changed our lives. So why not talk about that? Okay. If they're in it, yeah, correct. Okay, what else? Other questions. How long we been on? How am I doing? 1:13. Okay, one more question, and then I'm going to get off because I don't want this to be an hour long, because you and I both know I could talk for an hour. Like, when I tell you that Elise and I were like, okay, we'll do this for 30 minutes, and 12, an hour and 45 minutes later, we were just now getting off. So I can talk forever. You don't need that. You need to get to work. It's also the 27th. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more days to hit Success Club or Diamond by tomorrow. Because what are we doing? Like, you want to build a business that changes your life? Get to work. And do it. Do the thing. Work on your mindset. Do the inner work. Show up. And build a business. Don't just talk about it. Don't just say, oh, here's my... Y'all know, I love me some vision boards. I love vision boards. I've got things hanging over here. I've got stuff pasted in my planner. I'm writing them down every day. I love vision boards. But vision boards only go so far unless you're backing them with the work. And the work is the inside work that you actually are capable of doing something with this business, whatever that something is. It doesn't have to be an overnight multi-million-dollar success. It's just something. But if you don't get out of your own way and do it, then a vision board is just a pretty little thing that you did on a Sunday afternoon to take up some time because you didn't feel like folding laundry. Like, make the vision board worth something and put the action behind it and get to work so that all of a sudden you look up and go, well, dang, that came true. Like 5 or 6 years ago, I said on the call with Brad that I hadn't done that 1, 3, 5, 10 year sort of dream goal setting exercise for a few years, probably since like 2015. It was right around when we hit Superstar. And a corporate mentor of mine, Jeremy Red, had challenged me to do that. And I started writing these goals down. And it was funny when I looked at them several years later, how many of them had come true. And Shalene will tell you the same thing. She did the same thing with a list of 10 goals, and she'd stuck it in a drawer, and how many of them had come true. And Matthew McConaughey will tell you the same thing in his book, Green Lights, how he wrote down goals and didn't even look at them, and how many of them come true. Because you put that energy out into the universe. And these visions and these goals that we have, the reason why I'm saying to you, you got to write them down every day, and you've got to do the work behind them, because you're aligning yourself with the energy that you want to manifest in your life. You're aligning yourself with the life that you want to lead. So put some action behind the vision board. Don't just say, yep, that's going on my vision board. No, freaking get to work and make it happen. That is the only thing I can tell you that I've done for 13 years. So just get to work. Just get to work. And it's the most beautiful work, because it's life-changing work. It's soul-transforming work. It's work that it changes your life on levels you never even knew that it could. It reminds you that you've just barely scraped the surface of your potential. That's the best kind of work there is. The kind of work where you get up every day and you love. I got up even earlier today because I couldn't wait to get to doing all the things that were on my list to do that I got to do today, because this is my job. That's the work we get to do. So get about it. Be doing it. You're so much more capable than you give yourselves credit for, but you have to do the work. Okay, I'm going to answer this last question. Anitra Calver, I'm so close to diamond. Again, it's a C more, and I can't see the more. I'm so close to diamond. I added 2 coaches yesterday and just need my emeralds. Do you push those 2 coaches too? Okay, first of all, Anitra, I will ask you who your upline coach is, only because I can't remember. Anitra, who is your direct upline coach? And then, as Jen says, do you have people on your right and left legs that you can control? And if so, do you have a spouse or a child or something, because you can be building those legs, helping them build those legs as well, so that you can control those emeralds. But who is your direct upline coach? And I'm also going to tell you this, Anitra. I'm waiting for her to tell me who her upline coach is. Anitra, you have to be on here because you just put this comment. So you have to be hearing me ask you, who is your upline coach? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so you need to schedule a one-on-one with Jenny and have her sit down and look at your legs and help you build. Make sure that you're having her do a one-on-one with you and look at your legs, get some strategy going there, see who you've got on your legs and who you can help build to emerald. But I'm also going to tell you this. The longer it takes you, the longer it will take you. So if you need 2 emeralds, get them by next week. Get them. You've got to make it happen. The longer it takes you, the longer it will take you. And then you'll get in your head, and then it'll be like, I don't know if I can get to diamond. It's taken me so long. You have got to push with, what was the term that I used? Urgent patience. You must be relentless with your urgent patience, in that you are passionately moving towards that goal, and you also have to know that you got to have the people in place for it. So get a one-on-one with your upline coach, do some strategy, see who you can control on those legs, and then get to work making it happen. Literally get to work making it happen. Relentless, urgent patience. Okay, I'm going to leave you with a quote that Elise shared. I'm going to make this into a quote card later today because it's so good. From Elise, put a filter on what you are receiving energetically. Remember, you are in charge. Put a filter on what you are receiving energetically, and remember, you are in charge. Put a filter on what you are receiving energetically. Remember, you are in charge. It is not about your inviting script. It is not about your follow-up script. It's not about the perfect onboarding system. It is about the dialogue that's happening in your head, what you are receiving energetically every single day, and what you're telling yourself that you are capable of doing. You are in charge of that. And when that script and that dialogue changes, your business will change because your life will change. Period. When your dialogue and your script in your head and in your heart, and when you start leading and operating from here and not from here, When you start leading and operating from here, and you are filtering what you are receiving energetically, and you are bringing stuff in that makes you feel good, that challenges you. Because let me tell you, when I do my one-on-one sessions with Brad, they don't always make me feel good. They challenge me, but dang, do I need those. And if you're not in those spaces all the time where someone's challenging you to get better and level up, you're not in the right spaces. You're not around people who even have goals and dreams of their own. You got to lead from your heart. You got to get the dialogue in your head correct, and you got to put a filter on what you're receiving so that what you are receiving is inspiring and pushing and challenging you to the next level. Because as Shanti says, there's always a next level. And it's your time to get there. It's our time to get there. It is our time to get to the next level. I hope you're on board with that. Because I am moving forward with courage, confidence, and clarity. I would love for you to come along with me. I'll be back next week with more Q&A. I'm also leading the Power Hour on Friday. And we also have Turbo Saturday on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring light weights and heavy weights and take a double dose of Energize, my friends, because we're going all in for 60 minutes, 6-0. Okay, Friday Power Hour, Saturday Turbo. Cool? Also, I did drop a new podcast today that's all about evening routine. So go check it out. Get to work. Get to work. You got time before midnight tonight. Make some waves in your business today. Rising tides lift all ships. Have a great Wednesday.